So if you would have told me would have gone like 11 games into the season under Steven Gerrard, only picking up about 12 points, and obviously coming to the end of the season, I would not be doing this video right now. But, obviously we were taking over Unai Emery. And honestly, I do have to say, I know it's still early, but I think it's one of the best appointments the club's ever made. And you can clearly see there's a lot of progress at Villa right now. It's just a lot of excitement coming into the future. So yeah, if you're going to stick around, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're getting the videos back up and running again. I thought I'd do this one because obviously it's international break. And, we're just waiting on that Chelsea game that will be on the 1st of April, I think it is. So, yeah, we're just going to get straight into the video. So, yeah, the main question is, where will Aston Villa end in the season? Like, honestly, this season has it's just been absolutely crazy. Not just for us, for everyone else. There's probably been about 8, probably 10 sackings in the Prem. I know there's been an absolute load in the Championship as well, but... my thoughts on the sacking of managers, it's just, you got to have your valid reasons. Some of them, like, in my opinion, I think Patrick Vieira probably should have had a few more games. Regarding Gerrard, I thought that was time. I mean, 3-0 against Fulham in his last game, red card. It was an absolute shit show, to be honest, but I think that was the nail in coffin for that one. And, there's been an absolute load more, but at the end of the day, we're here to talk about where Villa will end this season. And it's only right to start from where we were starting off the season. Obviously, starting out that 2-0 loss against Bournemouth. It was just, at the end of the day, another loss to the start of the season for us. It's nothing new, let's say that. But, obviously under Steven Gerrard, there wasn't any like style of play. We didn't really recognise what we were really doing in these games. And, the players were there. At the end of the day, Unai Emery's only had 2 signings since he's been here. And obviously, they're both, a really good job so far. But, the majority of the team is basically what Steven Gerrard had. But he was just not getting the right tune out of them. And obviously, we went, I think it was about 11 games in. I think we had like 4 draws or something. Including Man City, which, fair enough. I thought that game... we played well. I thought that game we actually played really well. There was a few games, but at the end of the day, we just wasn't winning enough. We weren't looking like we deserved the win. Obviously, one game that sticks out to me was the Everton game we went to at home. We won 2-1, but it just wasn't convincing enough for me. And I thought that probably should have been a draw. But it was like games like that where you're walking out and you're either saying, yeah, we deserve to lose that one. How the hell have we won that one? Not really seeing how the way we're playing. There's just no style at all. But obviously we got Unai Emery. I think it was November. I think he's picked up about 26 points. It's something like that. It's crazy. And Villa are on the up now. Obviously, if you look at the table, I have the picture right now. We ain't got to worry about relegation. And it really is nice to see. I mean, there's about, I think, 10 or so games to go. We are looking up now, and it's nice to see all the pundits and that not putting us in the relegation spots, not putting us just above relegation. It's basically how far can Aston Villa go? You got some people saying our season's pretty much over, going to end mid-table. I beg to differ. I think there's a lot more the squad can give. Going against Chelsea, we're going to have the likes of Carlos back, potentially Coutinho. These players who, before they were injured, they were in really good form. And they'll only learn more, and they'll get better under Unai Emery. And hopefully Boubacar Kamara comes back. I don't think he will be back for the Chelsea game. But talking about the Chelsea game, that is the decider in itself. We're both on the same amount of points, 38. The only thing differentiating us is the goal difference. But if I'm going to talk about it right now, I think we've got a very good chance against Chelsea because they only picked up the point against Everton. And they haven't really looked convincing in the league for a while. Even though they are doing well in Europe, just in the Premier League, it's just not looking good enough for them right now. But at the end of the day, it's just really nice to be a Villa fan, going into a game like Chelsea, thinking, oh, we've got a really good chance now of getting something. So yeah, I will get to my point right now. Where do I think Villa will end? And You know, I was looking at stat. There was a crazy stat. If Unai Emery started, like, if he started the season out with Villa, we would be around 6th or 5th, which is absolutely amazing to see. But yeah, I'm gonna answer the question now. I believe Aston Villa will end 8th. I think we'll be coming to the end of the season. Like, you look at the fixtures, there's points to be had there. But I think we'll just about miss out on it. And, as a Villa fan, from where we've been, like obviously last season 14th, season prior 11th, obviously in the COVID season, 8th would be absolutely amazing. All we want is a top 10 finish, even if it is 10th. And I do believe 8th will be an amazing place to end. Obviously, I think we could go higher, and I think we could probably be lower. But, just the form we're on, we're averaging like 1.5 points a game. It's something like that. I'm not too, I'm not really looking at stats like that. But at the end of the day, we're getting enough points. And we are like competing with the likes of Brentford, like Brighton, Fulham. And it is nice to see. And yeah, that's just where I think we're going to end off 8th. So, if you're a Villa fan, obviously just leave in the comments, where do you think we're going to end off? At the end of the day, I'm just really excited to see off this season, because I do genuinely believe this is the one we will get a top 10 finish. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you like it. And yeah, up the Villa, with the pride of Villa. We'll see you in the next video.